Good morning. Sorry for the picture quality. It's very dark outside. I've got the light on, but it's directly above my head, which is why unfortunately I'm getting this rather ominous and horror-esque style silhouette on my face. But anyway, good morning, and I hope everybody's all right on this rainy day that it is here. Um, just a quick one. I won't be reading from anything today. Just I've taken a few notes while I've been waiting this morning. Um, I'll link the article below. Please do read it. It's an excellent article. It's well worth the reading. It also gives that site traffic, and as always, I'm not sponsored by these channels that I read from and get my information. It's just I think good for people to firstly help with their advertisement because they get a few pennies obviously for the traffic, so they can continue giving us the content we want to consume. But also it's good for you to make your own mind up and read it yourself. You know, make your own opinions up on these things and not just blindly follow what other people say on the internet. But anyway, it's about this article. How the war in Gaza is leading to a spike in Islamist activity in specific. The article specifically in the UK, but I do believe that this is going to be relevant to any country that has large um, Middle Eastern immigration into them. Um, and it's really not surprising, is it? You know, when you're getting people from all in large numbers from different parts of the world, that when a dispute happens between peoples from those parts of the world, you're going to get trouble in wherever those people are around the world. It's completely natural. And how these and how our MPs and leaders and the police are acting like this is some sort of a surprise. I think firstly it's what's known as kabuki theatre, and what that is for those who don't know is it's like Japanese shadow puppets. Um, and I do think a lot of this what they're doing is they actually know what's going on behind the scenes. I think when they're having closed door briefings and meetings, they know exactly what problems that mass immigration has been causing, and the pitfalls of it. But I think a lot of this is more rubber stamping for the paperwork. It's like somebody filling out a health and safety form, but for for the insurance in the business, but then not adhering to them. It's not the best analogy, but you kind of get what I mean, I suppose. um, I've just taken a few little notes, and I'll just have a quick read through them now for you. The basic gist of it is that there's been an unprecedented arrest linked to Gaza. I mean, is anybody surprised about that? You know, I mean, we've had these absolutely massive protests, which I don't believe are organic at all. I think it's quite obvious that these are highly organised. Left of politics, as I keep saying, have a very strong friend-enemy distinction, and they're very organised as well. You know, a lot of these people are either at university or have been to university. It was like with the school protests that we saw where kids were going off for climate. It's the teachers that are encouraging it. So it's not like, so for each teacher you can get say 15 to 30 kids out. You know, that exponentially increases the size of these protests, and then those kids obviously start bringing other people. So you don't need a lot of people really to start getting a lot of numbers out. But then when you start looking at say labour organisations as well, and by labour I don't mean labour as in like workers as you traditionally think. I mean labour as in like people who are Labour Party members. So yeah, a lot of like civil servants are Labour members. They're very pro getting out of work and going protesting and things like that. So again, you can very quickly end up with lots of people out, and especially like we saw with the NHS going on protest. I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but they were all on full pay while they were protesting. You know, so it costs them nothing to do this. It's not like somebody who works I don't know, somebody who's a plasterer or somebody who works in a supermarket stacking shelves. If they don't go into work, they don't get paid. It's as simple as that. So we have quite a lot of people with these luxury beliefs working in salaried jobs in the public sector, taking time off and going to these protests, which are, in my opinion, like I say, organised. This information is primarily from my reading, come from the Assistant Commissioner, Matt Jukes, who's a senior police officer. Um, I don't doubt his sincerity in this. Obviously, he's thinking of operational security, so he won't comment publicly on certain things and will keep a lot of cards to his chest. I get that being ex-military, and also his concern is public order first and foremost. Immigration isn't really his thing. His job is to try and keep the King's Peace now, I should say. So, and if that means withholding information to try and prevent riots, then that's what he's going to do. And I do think that's a lot of why they were trying to cover up the grooming gangs as well. Although there was the racism aspect of the police being scared of being called racist, I think and it's why they continue as well. I think to overwhelmingly focus on white nationalism and things like that, where we don't have a problem with that in this country anymore, and haven't done for decades, because it's they're trying to keep a lid on it, really. They don't want it to spiral out of control. They don't want like an English version of the IRA as an extreme example being created, and I get that, you know, that is a terrifying prospect, you know, to happen. So I do get why they disproportionately go after the indigenous population with these types of things, wrongly, and unfortunately it does suck resources away from the real problem, but I do understand that aspect of it. There's been more arrests in the past 2 months than in the previous year as well. I mean, that again isn't surprising, you know, with the size of these protests. You know, we've seen people walking around with placards with swastikas on them and showing Israel getting thrown in the bin, chanting "from the rivers to the sea," blah blah blah. You know, I mean, it's just, again, I do think a lot of this has been accelerated since as I've said in previous videos, from the BLM protests, and we're just seeing a continuation of that now. You know, this section of society, this group of people, these insurgents, whatever you want to call them, have obviously got the wind in the sails. So it's going to take a long time to get these people to get them under control, so to speak. In regards to these arrests as well, we've had hotline calls have been doubled for the terrorism hotlines. Anti-Semitism crime that's been investigated has gone up 680%. Islamophobic crime's gone up 140%, and there's been 500 terror-related incidents investigated. And over the last 2 months, there's been 900 protests. What I will do is I will put a link below, just a quick video. I'm going to end it there because obviously I'm not reading from it. I don't really want to bore you too much with just me and my own opinions, because I know I'm not that interested in a person. So you're all here for the real news. But thank you for your time. As I say, link will be below. If you have found this informative, please like, subscribe and share. Put a comment below, all that good stuff. It does help the algorithm and get the message out to other people. Once again, apologies for the poor quality video. Have a nice day, and I'll speak to you later. Bye bye.